Leading the delegation, former Gambian Vice President Fatoumata Jallow Tabajan commended President Bio for what she described as strong commitment and political will in advancing the tripartite recommendations. She reaffirmed the team's continued support to Sierra Leone's peace and democratic consolidation.
Excellency, we commend you for your continuous commitment that you have demonstrated in giving strategic leadership to the implementation of the peace agreement, out of which culminated into the tripartite committee recommendations, 80 recommendations. And today, if we are talking about it, we must thank God and appreciate your leadership in this process. Your appointing the Honorable Vice President to sit, to chair, or to participate on the government side in the national dialogue yesterday between the APC and the government, and specifically the SLPP, was demonstrated that we need leaders like you in Africa.
Providing an update, Vice President Mohamed Julde Jallow disclosed that he had earlier engaged both the visiting delegation and representative of the All People's Congress Party as part of ongoing consultations.
One single point that we discussed lengthily was the electoral system. In the issue paper, they said that they reject the proportional representation and that they want the first past the post as is most other civil society people said. I used the opportunity, I never wanted to do that. As you know, I'm a very modest person, but I used the opportunity to tell them that I have worked in several United Nations electoral systems, including the biggest electoral body of the United Nations ever formed, that was in Kosovo. That I told them that I have worked on elections in 14 countries. And I told them that today, even in the West African sub-region, the most popular electoral system is proportional representation. And I told them I have not only worked in elections, and I have written scientific articles on elections, and they could go and look for them. That I was here in 2002, supported by the EU to come and provide technical assistance to the Chief Electoral Commissioner, Walter Nico. I told them, based on my experience that I've seen around the world and in the region, electoral systems are not chosen by political parties, they reflect the overwhelming social and political dynamics of a country. And I gave them the reasons why proportional representation is the most used electoral system pushed around the world by the United Nations, by the EU when they engage development partners. And I told them also, I made reference to your speech in the House of Parliament stating that His Excellency has gone that far to challenge us to explore various phases of proportional representation. It is up to them, and we are open for that debate. I urge the APC to consider going back to governance so that electoral reform, so that they have the opportunity to be in Parliament and continue the discussions on the ongoing 3 key issues that are outstanding that we are still implementing in the Agreement for National Unity.
In his remarks, President Bio welcomed the engagement, describing it as constructive dialogue focused on peace, unity, and national cohesion. He noted that the presence of international moral guarantors underscores his government's commitment to transparency and accountability.
I just want to say that I assure you and this nation that I have taken an oath, maybe 3 times, to seek the best interest of this nation, and I will never betray that trust. I just want to assure you and thank you for coming over to look at what we are doing. And again, this is, it's an interesting country, and we are trying to flip the political, not flip, maybe copy what we are doing in the realm of religion. If we can do it in politics, we will not need moral guarantors. The fact remains that we are genuinely concerned, and we have not only, under my leadership, I will always do the big things that will solve the problems of this nation, from peace to democracy, and now constitutional order. We have also gone to the extent of not only following representative democracy, but also liberal democracy. Some of the things, the death penalty, which has been hanging, they've been used to cow opposition politicians. I have had to take it. If I wanted a skewed political landscape, I will keep that.
President Bio also had a message for political leaders. He said they must prioritize the needs and aspirations of the people above partisan interests as the country continues its path towards lasting stability and inclusive governance. For SLBC News, Margaret Senge reporting.